JB Morrow, go and get your bag.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today, as you can tell from the title, I just wanted to do a little girl talk, and this girl talk I'm gonna mostly focus on friendships and relationships, more so like on the friend side, just like knowing your worth and where you stand and just how to tell if you're being a good friend and if you have good friends. So yeah, keep watching. So I have a list of things I want to go over, like each category and like ways to tell, like, okay, am I being a good friend? Are they being a good friend? Like, am I doing enough? So the first thing was knowing your worth. Like, I feel like you need to know your worth in order to know what you should be receiving. Because if I think less of myself and I think that, oh, I don't deserve this, then you're gonna accept anything from anybody and you're gonna let people treat you any kind of way. But yeah, like, just if you uplift yourself and you know, like, I deserve this, if you set boundaries for yourself, then you know how to go about certain things. Like, oh, I deserve to be treated good, I deserve to be uplifted. Like, then you won't just be okay with your friends doing the bare minimum for you, basically. Okay, so the next thing that goes into it is knowing your place in people's life is very important. So by this I mean, like, knowing if you see your friend act a certain way with you and you see how they interact with their other friends, then that's you, and then you feel like they act different, that's you knowing your place in that person's life. You're like, okay, they don't treat me the same as they treat their other friends. Like, they're more talkative, they laugh more. It's just, you can tell that it's a different vibe. And of course, every friendship is not the same, but if we're all hanging out, you should treat everybody equal. Not even just hanging out. If you see little things happening and you're just like, oh, that's just them, that's just her, like, I'm just gonna brush it off. I really think, and that goes into my other thing, which is don't let things never take things you peep subtle. Just like, if you see them acting weird, or if it's little things, don't take it as it's okay. You need to, like, really think about that, keep that in your head, like, okay, are they doing this to other people or is it just towards me? Because if it's just towards you and you see it, it's just they just keep repeating this act, it's something that they really do need to change. So if it's, for example, oh, I post pictures, my friend likes my pictures, but their other friend posts pictures and they share it on their story, why didn't you share mine? And of course this goes into like social media, and some things don't matter, but in this day and age I feel like everything ties into each other. I don't care if it's social media is not that serious, because it goes into a deeper level of you're doing it for other people but not me. We're supposed to be friends, and that's why when people be like, oh, social media, it doesn't matter with the friendship, it really does. Because if you're treating it differently with other people and we're supposed to be friends too, why don't you do the same towards me? That's just a little something like I had experienced before, and I feel like I shouldn't just ignore it just because it's social media, it's not real life. Because at the end of the day, you don't do it towards me, so what's the problem? Am I ugly? Because I don't think so. But it's just like why not me? Like, you do it to other people but not me, if you get what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I would just say, like, don't take things lightly. Like, never just brush things off just because you want to keep the friendship, or you feel like, I mean of course some things are not that serious. It could just be a little like, oh, you didn't buy me the food but you bought her a little snack. Like, I mean, it'd be little things like that. If you personally don't take it serious or don't think it's as serious, then that's on you. Don't make it something that it isn't. But if you genuinely feel in your heart that it's like it made you think for a second, like, wait, you know, then I feel like it shouldn't be overlooked, because it made you feel a way and your feelings are valid. That's why knowing yourself and knowing your worth is important, because you know you wouldn't do that to that friend or that person, so why would they do it towards you? The next point is, don't give more than you receive. By this I mean in gestures of not just gifts, but how you act with somebody. So you're sitting on the phone with somebody for hours, they're always talking about their life, their problems, but when it comes to you, they can't even sit on the phone for more than 5 hours, for more than 5 minutes. Or when it's your problem, they always switch it over to a, oh, that happened to me, so yeah, about me, you know? So it's like, if they doing that towards you, you need to take a step back and think like, they not even there for me, so why should I be there for them? It's certain aspects in a friendship that you have to be like, okay, if they're not doing that to me, I'm not doing it to them. Just like with the my last point that I had made on the don't take things lightly, because you don't share my story, I'm not gonna share your story. It's just like a give or receive. It's not to be petty, it's just like a, I know where our friendship stands. If you can't confide in a friend, if you can't trust a friend, if you feel like a friend isn't being a friend, then that's when you have to start holding your friend accountable for these things that's making you feel weird. And it just really just depends on the type of person you are. Like, that's why I say knowing yourself is the most important thing in the friendship, because you can't allow people to treat you any kind of way. Another point that I have is that you need to know yourself before reacting. So this can mean many different things, but from my standpoint, it's you need to look from the outside in. If you're not that kind of friend that's being reassuring, being there for your friend, you can't expect somebody to do the same for you. It's a difference. So if your friend is doing all these things to you, you have to see, am I doing that to them? Okay, yeah, I always share your story, I always comment, I always do this, I always promote your business, but they don't do the same for you. It's like a, okay, you're being weird. But if you don't participate and show up for them, you really can't expect somebody to do the same for you, because they see it as you're not doing it for them, so they're not doing it for you. So if you take that first step into doing it first, then you can expect your friend to do it, because a lot of people won't do it first. Then they won't be the bigger person and start doing something. So that's why I always say, just do it first, be the bigger person, and if you don't see anything change, then that's when you know how to start acting. Or just as like a, oh, I always buy you food, but you never buy me food. It's just like a, but if you never buy them food, how you gonna expect somebody to buy you food? You know, it's just like a give and receive thing. Like, you should always give, and then once you start seeing that you're giving too much and not receiving nothing back, then that's when it's like, all right, let me stop, because obviously you're not pouring into me like I'm pouring into you. I'm always there for you, I'm always saying this to you, I'm always saying, okay, yeah, I got you, we can ride there. But if you're not pouring into me, giving me what I need, being there for me as a friend, then I can't do that for you. And that's when you need to take a step back from the friendship and start to realize, like, okay, you're doing this, you're doing that, they're not doing this, or they are doing this, they are doing that, but I'm not. Then that's when you need to take accountability and be like, I need to be a better friend. And that's another point. You as yourself should always be a good friend first. That's why I say looking from the outside in is always best, because you need to see, like, okay, am I actually doing this? Am I actually being nice and calling them, always checking up on them? Because I could sit there and be like, she never checks up on me. Like, I'd be depressed in my room and she never calls me. Why? Because I never do it. So it's really just taking accountability in your own actions and you changing it. But then, like I said, if you don't see no difference in how they treat you, then that's just that. You keep the friendship or you don't. But also, this goes into my other point. Yeah, if you don't see any changes after that point, that's when you have to, this is my next one, state how you feel, and if it goes unchanged, distance yourself. So okay, yeah, you start changing how you are, but you don't see any change in them. Talk about it. Go to her as a friend, them or him as a friend. Oh, I feel like I stepped up as a friend, but you didn't, and I see myself doing more for you than you do for me, and I don't like that. What can we do to change it? If they're like, I'm sorry, it's just a lot, or I'm gonna do better, then y'all can go from that. But if they say that and you still don't see nothing changing, then it's like, okay, then you distance yourself. You can go back to them and be like, okay, we had a talk and I really don't see nothing, and I don't think this friendship is gonna last because I can't keep doing for you and you're not doing for me. Not even like spending money wise, hanging out wise, just mentally, like you're not there for me as a friend. Then that's when you need to go talk to them, tell them that. And if they, honestly, I feel like when you go and talk to somebody, their response tells you everything. If they're like, I'm sorry, I promise, I'm like, you can see when somebody is actually trying, or they want to try but they just don't know how to, then that's when you help them. But if their reaction is just like, dang, yeah, you know, I noticed that, it's hard for me, my life, they just start giving you excuses, then that's when you need to know, like, okay, this person is not gonna be here for long, honestly, because you can't come up with friendships. I understand, like, okay, yeah, we're friends, but the point of being a friend is you doing certain things for me, like being there for me, being that person I could talk to. So if you just brushing it off as a, yeah, I'm sorry, but my life is further, I understand people go through things, things happen in people's life, but a little, hey, I'm depressed but I'm still like here, talk to me if you want, that can go a long way. Reassurance is like key to any relationship. Just like letting somebody know, like, I'm not all the way there and I don't know if I could be there for you right now, but once I get better, I'm gonna be there. Like, that goes a long way, and people don't realize that, but it's like, it really does help, because even in my personal life, like, I have a friend, we used to speak all the time, and then once I moved, you know, even before I moved, like, it would just be hard because, like, we was both going through things. But even till this day, like, every month we just check in, like, hey, how you doing, like, and it's nothing bad, we just are getting older, we're living life, and it's just we're still friends, we're just going through life, and yeah, we still cool, we still locked in. So it's just, reassurance really does go a long way. I feel like people need to understand that and see how they are to somebody to get the same reaction. And also seeing how somebody is in your life. So you need to see where your friend stands in your life. Because okay, you have a friend, you have a boyfriend, bills, parents, you know, you're going through stuff. But okay, to be a good friend, if you have a partner and okay, yeah, you know, that's your partner, you're always hanging out with them, putting them first, don't forget about your friends. Because at the end of the day, this goes for anything, this always happens. People get a boyfriend, girlfriend, they forget about their friends, and then when something goes wrong, they always run to the friends. But then it's like, that's not being a good friend, because when y'all not having problems, I'm like Casper the Ghost, you don't even speak to me. So it just goes into, like I said, this whole thing is gonna be called like accountability, because you have to see those things from the outside. Like, even when I get into a relationship, I will see if I'm doing that. Like, if I feel like, oh, I'm not talking to my friends as much, I'll text them, I'll call them, and it's just those little things that help. Or your friend, or you going out and telling your friend, like, hey, yeah, I know I've been with my boyfriend or girlfriend a lot, but I'm still here. Like, Yeah, or always just you make time for your boyfriend or girlfriend, make time for your friends at least one time out the month. You know, just it be the little things. Y'all don't gotta go spend money, just hang out, go, I don't know, take a walk in the park. Like, it just be little things that make stuff last and that are a good look, you know. People don't like to feel like they're being neglected. So if you're not putting your best forward, giving them your 100%, then you really can't expect that from nobody. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really wanted to just do this, like, because this topic has been on my mind a lot, and I just wanted to do like a little girl talk because I had to do like self-reflecting in my life and be like, okay, I had to look at myself as a friend and be like, what do I need to change personally? And I was like, this would be a really good video to make. And because I know even in high school, like, I was not a good friend to some people, like, I was like, I wish I had somebody to talk to like tell me like, you should change this and be a better friend, like, by doing this, because it would have really helped me. And I think I just would have been like a better person at communicating at that age. Like, because in high school you run through friends, but if you try your best and you know like what to do to be a good friend, then I feel like you really can't be to blame because you did everything right as that person, and they can't say nothing about you unless you really did something. But still, like, they can't really say nothing if you really did all your tens as a friend. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and let me know any more points that I could have made in this video, because I'm still learning like how to be a good friend. Like, everybody is learning until they die. So let me know down below more that I could have added to this video if you want a part 2, and other girl talks that I should do.